the secret to change your life isn't knowing what to do, it's knowing how to do it. The book 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins is the secret to change anything about your life, or its countdown method to break any bad habit, interrupt self doubt and negative self talk, and push yourself to take the actions that will change your life. The 5 second rule can be used in many aspects of our lives, to push ourselves to go to gym, to take control of our emotions, or to rise every day with confidence and courage. The most difficult are the smallest things that are like speaking in a meeting, stepping onto a dance floor, hitting send or call, a raising hand. It's not good to feel like I, to wait to feel like doing it, or wait for the right moment. There is a powerful connection between our brains and our instinct to act. In 5 seconds, we can make a decision, push ourselves. If not, we lose the momentum. There is a 5 second window between the initial instinct to act and losing the courage to do something. Counting distracts from excuses and focuses our minds on acting. If you want to change a bad habit, we must replace the behavior pattern. If we use the 5 second rule every day, it will become part of our behavior and will trigger new positive patterns. Several years ago, the CNN contributor, world famous speaker, American lawyer, and a best-selling author, Mel Robbins, found her own little counting trick. Back then, she was none of those things. She was an unemployed, in financial trouble, drinking too much and losing grip on her duties as a mom and as a wife. One night, she noticed a commercial on a TV that showed a rocket launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. The next morning, she decided to launch out of bed like a rocket. After counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, she stood up. And that's how she discovered the 5 second rule, and it changed her life completely. Today, as she spreads the awareness of this rule, she defined it as follows. If you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds of, or your brain will kill the idea. As I told you guys earlier, that Mel Robbins created this rule when her entire life was falling apart, right? But when she started applying this rule in her daily life, it just not saved her finances, it saved her marriage and turned her into a completely different person. Not just a person, a highly successful businesswoman and a great speaker and a best American selling author and a life coach as well, right? Basically, she says that this rule taught her not just how to how to change and save her life, but she replaced her tendency to overthink and instead to propel her towards action. She used it to monitor herself and be more present and productive, and it taught her to stop self-doubting and start believing in herself. This part, start believing in herself, that's a very strong message in itself. First thing first, what she told us to do is that you need to start sticking to your goals. Basically explains that these rules enable people to gain the courage to become their best version, to become their greatest self. It allows them to honor their instincts so that they can actually do something that their heart wants. She defined courage as the following skills: doing something that's scary or difficult, stepping outside of one's comfort zone, sharing ideas, showing up, speaking up, standing firm in values and beliefs. This is very important, guys, note down. And in some days, getting out of bed. I'll share one example with you guys. Sometimes what happened is just like we used to do gym. Third time pehle, me and one of my friends used to do gym, right? So what happened was that university also started. So we ऐसे नहीं था. There were some days we used to have clash, timings से clash होता था, but there were also some days जहाँ पे clash नहीं होता था and we could have easily done gym, but we won't used to do it. Why? Because we were lazy. हमारा यही मसला था that we started making excuses. Oh no, आज तो ये है, आज तो वो है.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I am Inshal Abdul Rahman and I will cover part 2 of the book 5-second rule. And in this part I will cover 4 chapters and I will explain you 4 chapters that are everyday courage, what are you waiting for, how to start using the rule, you will never feel like it. So, the moment that you feel yourself hesitate on something you know that you should do, that's when you use the rule. Physical movement is the most important part of the rule because it changes your physiology and then that means your mind is going to follow along with it. You can use it to change your behavior and habits. You can use the rule to find the courage you need every single day. Golden rule. In order to change any bad habit, all you have got to do is replace the behavior pattern that you repeat. Starting rituals are critical for break my bad habits because they interrupt the pattern and trigger positive new behaviors. You listen to what your heart tells you to do. You don't stop and think. Greatness is not a personality trait, it's inside all of us. Seth Godin says a different part of our brain is activated when we think about what's possible rather than what's required. Same is true when you focus on being courageous rather than the fears that stop us. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but also you never regret the shots you take, but you do regret the shots you don't take. We dodge challenges because it protects our ego. In today's world, you validate your ideas by pursuing them. Waiting until you are ready is the same as expecting it not to happen. The world rewards those of us who are courageous enough to stop waiting and to start. You push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and begin. There's no other way. You must find the courage to start, whatever they may be. Success is a number game. Successful people are prolific and go through more rejection before they find success. You are not gonna win if you keep telling yourself to wait. The more often you choose courage, the more likely you are to succeed at getting what you want. Your feelings make it so hard to solve your problems and do the things you know you need to do with your life. Our feelings in the moment are almost never aligned with what's best for us. We make 95% of our decisions by what we feel. We are feeling machines that think and not the other way around. If you do not learn how to untangle your feelings from your actions, you will never unlock your potential. You cannot control how you feel, but you can always choose how you act. Using this rule is so freeing because not only do you seize the moment when you beat your fears, you take ownership of your life. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required to begin a chemical reaction. Many chemists in the world have found that this initial amount of energy is much higher than the average amount of energy that's needed to keep up a reaction going. Alarm clock challenge. Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier and use the 5-second rule to get up in the morning. So, This is the explanation of my part. I hope you will take a lesson from it. Thank you.
The 5 second rule is very helpful in the areas of health, productivity, and procrastination. All diets, exercise programs, workout classes, yoga, and other things that have a positive impact on our health have in common that we have to do them. Although we feel that it won't be easy, the 5 second rule can help us start acting. When you want to increase productivity, the key word is focus. When we have to manage distractions to focus on what's truly important, we are most productive in the first 2 to 3 hours of the day. So it is good to plan to do the most important task in the morning. Many people think that procrastination is the result of avoiding work. The truth is that it is caused by stress and the fact that you want to feel good right now. If we cope up with stress by knowing the reason for procrastination, we can eliminate it. Mel Robbins admits that before coming up with the 5 second rule, she wouldn't have thought that having courage was doing the small things, such as talking to her boss, going out of bed, etc. She says that she would have given examples of huge acts of bravery, such as Helen Keller, Muhammad Ali, and many more. After 7 years of using the rule, she learned an important fact. Everyday life is full of difficult, uncertain, and fear-including moments, and facing these and unlocking opportunities in life requires a lot of courage. Robbins then gave more examples of people who have used her rule to give a salary increase, to land a dream job, to grow her own company, and to stop taking drugs. Speaking about her own experience, she reveals that it was courage that she needed to get out of bed and face her problems. Although Robbins mentions that it's the small actions that require much courage, she does give an example that has made it to the history books. Refuses to give up her seat to a white man, Rosa Parks. It was during a time of racial discrimination. There were 3 white men who were standing. It was expected for the blacks to stand up so they can sit. 2 black people did this, but Rosa Parks refused. It's okay to be scared. Being scared means you're about to do something really, really brave. Everyday life is full of moments that are scary, uncertain, and difficult. Facing these moments and unlocking the opportunity, magic, and joy in your life requires tremendous courage. Courage teaches us all that it's not the big moves that changes everything. It's the smallest ones in your everyday life that do. We waste so much of our lives waiting for the right time. Waiting for the right time to have the conversation, ask for the raise, bring it up, or start things. It reminds me of the famous Wayne quote, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Here's the thing you never regret the shots you do take, but you always regret holding back. Well, I can confirm that from each small act of courage, more courage follows. It compounds, and hopefully, when you're gonna grow old, you can look back on a courageous life.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muzammil Jamshed, and now I am tell you about a book named 5 Second Rule. In my part, I got 3 chapters in this book. 5 Second Rule. My first chapter is stop worrying. Worry is an enormous waste of your precious and limited lifetime. In this sentence, we say about if you worry in life, you cannot do anything in life, and you are thinking anytime about stress, and you are feel so stressed because you don't enjoy the life because you have the tension of worriness. So enjoy life and don't think worry in your life. Second point is start the use to rule to end worrying. Third one is feelings of love often trigger worry. And the last one point is nothing in life is perfect, and this part is covered. in this part, these are the points, and the chapter name is Stop Worrying. So, as you know, I completed my first chapter, so we go to the second chapter. The second chapter name is and Anxiety. In this chapter name is 13 chapter and Anxiety. In and Anxiety, there are some points which we discuss. The first point was habit of worrying spirituals out of control. The third point was try to calm down does not work. The last point is say you are excited. So I completed my 13th chapter and I go to the 14th chapter. The 14th chapter name was Beat Fear. So I discussed what is Beat Fear. In this chapter, there are also some points in Beat Fear. First point was fear will make you do insane things.